Howdy folks, I'm Nifty Nickel, noisily narrating needless nonsense.
I'm Amber.
And this is an accurate description of me.
I was surprised you didn't interrogate me today.
I think this one fits me the best. Alright folks, and before we begin, I just want to say that we have a live stream later today, so I hope we see you then. For more details, see the end of the video. Alright folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Walking Out of a Wedding That I Was Part of and Ruining the Day? I dated my ex-boyfriend John 4 years ago and got serious enough where we were starting to plan our future, wedding, kids, etc. I thought that we were pretty happy, but last year he dumped me pretty suddenly. I tried to figure out what went wrong, but he said that it was personal and I should just respect his space. During this time, my best friend Stacy and her fiance Tom were my rocks, letting me crash at their place and just being overwhelmingly supportive and loving. When Stacy asked me to be her maid of honor, I thought this was a no-brainer and I took on the task. Fast forward to what happened this weekend. The morning of the wedding, Tom asked to meet him for breakfast super early in the morning before all of the festivities. I thought that it was weird, but assumed that maybe he wanted me to pass something on to Stacy. What happened instead was that Tom let me know that a few days prior, Stacy had admitted to him that she had had an affair with John, which was what led to my breakup. He said that Stacy wanted to come clean to start their marriage fresh, and that he was forgiving her and moving on. He had gone back and forth on telling me and finally decided to spill the beans. I guess that he had expected me to forgive Stacy too because the affair was so long ago. The opposite pretty much happened, and I just walked out of the wedding. It ended up causing a huge mess because I was basically running the whole show. Stacy made me do everything, so she didn't even know what was happening at certain times or who to call. Not only that, but everyone realized that the maid of honor wasn't there. She had had headshots and bios of the party on her wedding page, and news of the affair eventually got out because her cousin knew John. Stacy and Tom have both been slandering me online now, saying that I ruined their once-in-a-lifetime moment. Some of their friends are on their side, saying that I should have handled the situation more privately, and at least stuck out the wedding, since it was so last minute. I personally don't know what Tom expected, but either way, I've been getting bombarded with text, and I heard that Stacy has been so upset she had to take time off from work, which does make me feel like a jerk, especially since I've just been ignoring her calls. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Stacy is not a friend. Someone who would cheat on you and then, she comes clean to her new partner. It sounds like she never intended to tell you. She just wanted to sweep this under the rug forever.
Yeah.
She's not a good friend. You do not have to be the maid of honor for someone who caused you so much heartache.
I feel bad for poor OP here because OP was completely blindsided by the situation, and this was the morning of the wedding, right? And she had no time to process this, no time to consider what to do at this point in time. And I can't imagine, she just found out that her entire life was shattered by the people who came in and rescued her and helped her.
Right, exactly. This was the person who helped OP through her breakup, and she's the entire reason this breakup. I mean, not the entire reason. I mean, it sounds like John's a scum, and he would have cheated anyway, potentially, but it's worse when it's someone you're close to.
Yeah, I think that this is just awful. It was a horrible thing to have done to OP, and I think that you're right. I don't think Stacy had any intention of telling, and I think that Tom, if he didn't want to cause a scene, that maybe this should have waited until after the wedding.
No, he should have told OP before when he found out.
Well, I'm saying, what did he expect to happen other than this at the start of this? If they wanted OP to be there, then they shouldn't have revealed it beforehand. I'm not saying that's the right thing to have done. I'm just saying that what did they expect to happen?
And so, I mean, I don't think you're in the wrong at all, OP. I think that she's a very bad friend. She's not a friend. She's, and you do not need her in your life.
Yeah, I think that Stacy should have come clean a lot longer ago to you and just been like, I'm sorry this happened and I need to tell it to you because I need to get this off my chest, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, right? She should have come clean the day it happened.
Yeah. And I think that could have gone a lot differently for OP here. And at that point in time, OP could have decided what to do with the friendship. But this finding out so suddenly in the morning of, I mean, I can understand why Stacy was upset with the wedding, but again,
I mean, Stacy is also the person who chose to be so uninvolved that she didn't know what was happening when, and to put the entire burden of the mental preparation on the person whose relationship she ruined.
Yeah. I don't know how Stacy even slept at night knowing all of this stuff, you know? It's just awful. It's just awful. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Iron Chef 8000 says, hard, not the jerk on this one. Was walking out of the wedding the day of. The nice thing to do? Not particularly. But what on earth did they expect would happen by telling you? And on the wedding day, they knew that they were playing with fire. They chose to tell you this information, simply walking out because, whoa, Nellie, I bet there were a ton of conflicting emotions. It was pretty adult. You didn't cause a huge scene. You simply extracted yourself from a situation. Not the jerk. And I actually think that's a really good point. Like, OP could have gone to the wedding and then thrown wine on her, right? And, I mean, I think some people would say that she would even be justified with doing something like that.
Yeah, and she could have, gotten up to give her maid of honor speech and then blasted the bride and told all about the affair in front of everyone.
I think that OP took the most gracious bow out, and while she didn't tell people, hopefully she let people know that she wasn't going to be there instead of just not showing up at all. I think that would have been nice to give a courtesy, but I don't know if she was even required in that case to do that.
Certainly not, in my opinion.
Amber's like, no, not at all. And Kesha72 says, I would have pretended to forgive her and then given her a maid of honor speech that she would never forget. But I'm petty like that. And Responsible Judge 007 says, nope, I'm petty enough to do it before the ceremony starts, so she would be staying with an ugly cry face in the church if they married there. And all the guests would know why.
Ooh, that's a petty idea right there. As the bride's about to come down the aisle, just get up and be like, hey, by the way.
All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here. Amber, she's got a smug looking joke on her face.
All right, I did not come up with this one. Brian gave it to me. What do you call a fake noodle?
What do you call a fake noodle? I can tell you exactly what you call a fake noodle. You call a fake noodle a sneaky noodle that got into your food even though it wasn't supposed to be there because it was a fake plastic noodle. And when you chewed on it and you were like, this tastes like plastic, you were right because it was a plastic fake noodle. And that's what you call a fake noodle.
An impasta.
And I have Earl Grey. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday! Congratulations, we made it to the end of the week. We have a live stream later today at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check your time zone. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. And please, please, have it in the form of the worst thing to say to somebody, your maid of honor, before the wedding starts.
I mean, I guess it would be an anti-advice, anti-moral, but, oh, by the way, I cheated with your then fiance, but let's get the show on the road.
That would be a terrible thing to say to your maid of honor. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all later today.
Bye.